You've probably been asked this several times in the last couple of weeks, but I'll ask anyway. Penn relays, how cool was that?
That was really cool. It was a great day.
Where does that rank in experiences and athletic events and accomplishments?
It's up there. It's up there for sure. Yeah.
That's the day you PR'd?
Mm-hmm.
That was what, 2:11?
2:11.5.
What kind of pressure is there throwing at that kind of event? Is it the same as an LL dual meet, or was it a little different, and could you tell?
Pressure was actually less because I was seeded 9th going into that. I was seeded 1st coming into this, so it's always nice to be the underdog and work up. It's a little different when you're starting at the top and keeping it at the top.
Okay. You didn't know any of those guys down there. Did that help you at all, or?
I knew a couple of them.
Okay.
So that was all right, but most of them, no, I didn't know.
Okay.
It was a totally different environment than normal meet.
Did you think you had a 2:11 in you down there?
Maybe. I mean, I knew it was out there. I didn't know when I was going to pop out one this year, but I'm glad I did when I did.
Okay. What was your previous best? You hadn't hit 2, had you?
Yeah, I had. My previous best was 2:04.
Okay.
And then before that was 2:01. And in the Penn relays, I threw 2:03, 2:07, then 2:11. So I did work my way up. It wasn't just kind of out of nowhere.
Okay. Special day. Unforgettable day.
Yeah, very much so.
That had to be unbelievable.
It was really cool. It was very exciting.
Okay. What has the lead up been like for these next 3 meets? Because these are big and it's money time, and this is what you get ready for the whole spring.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're at your best, getting towards your best, starting to peak? Where are you at going into these meets?
I think I'm starting to peak. I got to work out some nerves, work out some technique flaws, but I think the next 2 meets are going to be good meets for me. Positive attitude towards it.
Okay. Kyle actually led going into finals. He uncorked the 191. He had a personal best. Were you aware of that? Do you know where you're at when you're going into finals and what the number is out there that you got to hit?
Yeah, I knew that, and I didn't expect him to throw what he threw, but it's nice to have competition. It's always nice.
You had to get one. I mean, he had you by 6 inches going into your last 3 throws. How does that change your attitude? How does that change what you're trying to do out there?
It gives you a lot more motivation because, like I said before, you have something to work towards. Instead of just keeping the top, you got to beat someone to get to the top, and that's always more of a motivation than staying on top.
Talk about the competition level around here. Like today, you were pushed. Cologne had a really good meet. Now you're going to the District 3 meet. You're going to see some good guys. How's the competition, LL District 3?
We have a lot of good throwers in our district, and probably about the same amount of good throwers in our league. So I don't think districts will be too much different than this. I know there's a lot of people that can come up, and there's a lot of people that pop out of nowhere this time of year. So okay. I'll be watching.
How do you usually throw at Ship? Do you like throwing there, and what's your track record up there?
Last time I threw at Ship was a pretty rainy day, but I'm hoping for good weather. I've had a decent record at Ship. I've thrown there many times, so I should be used to it by now.
Okay. I think a lot of people know your teammate, Kyle Long. Can you talk about your relationship with him, because you're both throwers, and is he freakish to watch? Because he's doing some great things too.
Yeah,
how do you guys balance it out and being teammates and everything?
It's nice to have a teammate up in that real high range because it pushes me as well, and we push each other. We were racing at 200, even though that happened already, but me hitting 200 should have happened way before he hit 200. But it's nice to have that race. It's nice to have some competition just in your own team every day practice.
Okay. You guys are a good team too, and a lot of people are expecting you to do well in this. Why is Hempfield team so good year in year out? Obviously, you got a lot of kids and some good balance, but why is the track and field program so successful here? Do you think?
Legacy. We have some really good coaches. A lot of people get excited to come out because we all have fun out here.
And there is that tradition, so you the bar is so high here. Do you feel like the expectations are always high and you got to do well?
They are. And that leads to a whole different breed of athletes, I guess, because you know what came before and you want to strive to that.
Your knee injury, pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Tell me how it happened and when it happened.
Last year, my junior year, about a month before track season, I tore everything down there with a track drill. But I mean, I spent 8 to 10 months coming back from that, and I'm back now. I'm pretty much full.
You feel 100%?
I feel 100%, yeah.
I mean, you need your right knee in the events that you compete in.
Oh yeah.
How much of a crusher was that when it happened, and then how determined were you to get back and have a senior season?
That was big. I really wanted to throw junior year because junior year, I feel like I would have been up there in the league districts of states.
Okay.
And of course you don't want to miss that whole junior season, but then again, all the year that I missed is a big motivation again that I can fall back on whenever I need something to push me a little harder.
What was the rehab like? What was the time you put in to get that back into shape? What was that like? Pretty grueling?
Long and hard.
Yeah.
Long and hard. Yep.
And how did you do it again?
Doing a track drill.
Just doing a drill, you just came down on it weird?
Just came down on it wrong, caught my foot on the ground weird and popped it out of socket.
And you knew something was wrong?
Oh yeah.
That had to be a crusher.
Yeah.
Teenage kid, junior year, athlete.
Yep.
To sit must have been pretty difficult to have to watch for a while.
Those 8 weeks on crutches were pretty bad.
Okay, how did that affect college recruiting, if at all, and how's that going?
It's going well. I officially picked my college. I'm going to Liberty University
Nice.
in Virginia.
Okay.
So things worked out pretty well with that. Even though I did miss my junior year, I still got some offers this year, and I took the Liberty one.
Track program, just off the top of my head, I know that name, and I know that they're good at that.
They're very good
at that sport. What else did you like about that school and that conference and that level of competition?
I'm familiar with the school. I have a lot of family down there, and I've always looked into it a lot. So I picked there, and then I always knew they had a pretty good track team. They have a kid there right now throwing around 240, so I know they have a great draft program, a great track program.
Okay.
I'd like to be part of it.
You'll study what?
I'm not sure what I'm studying yet. Maybe engineering, maybe a science.
Okay.
One of those.
Has anybody else in District 3 over 200 for the meet next week? What do you expect there?
Not sure. I don't think so, but I think that there's a couple that are close.
Okay. There's going to be some bullseyes on you. Will you mind that?
I'll try not to think about it. I'm going to it, not thinking that I'm on top.
Is every meet kind of different? Every throw is different. You could foul 3 times and not make finals.
Yeah.
Is every meet you just kind of take one throw at a time and just one thing at a time and not worry about later on?
There's a lot of little things that sometimes if it doesn't click, it's not going to go far. Sometimes it does click, it'll just go far. So you always have to think about the little things, but you don't want to think too much. It's a fine balance.
How anxious are you for the next couple of weeks?
I try not to be too anxious. We'll see. Try to stay relaxed.